Hello friends, welcome to this video on current affairs based MCQs by SNIS Academy. Now this is for the day May 27, 2021, and we also have a Telegram channel for all these PDF and all these content. Now for that channel's link you'll have to search for Telegram that current affairs by Dr. JK. So the first question is, what is the true name of black fungus? 1. Mucormycosis, 2. Mycosis, 3. Tinea, or 4. Cholera. Now the answer is mucormycosis. Okay. Now this is a very famous news in all your social media and even in the newspapers. Now remember, this is a fungal infection. Mucormycosis, and it is a post-COVID complication, and this especially happens in old age people and people who have diabetes mellitus and who are on treatment for COVID and who are on steroids. Now this has been declared as an epidemic. Okay, so mucormycosis is an important topic because next to COVID, the most talked about disease in India right now is mucormycosis. Now the next question is, who is the manager of Indian Forex Reserves? Is it 1. SBI, 2. RBI, 3. Finance Ministry, or 4. None of the above? Now the answer is RBI, okay, Reserve Bank of India. Okay, the answer is RBI. Now, why this is very important is because recently India's forex reserves touched an all-time high. So they will definitely ask you regarding some questions about Indian forex reserves, and it will be like basic questions. So generally this Indian forex reserves is expressed in US dollars. Now, what do they use for all these forex reserves? It has been used for payment for external trade, and it also contains bonds of other governments, institutional bonds. Okay, so many variety of investments are there in the Indian forex reserves. Now the next question is, a rainbow colored aloe happened around the sun, but there was no recent rainfall. How did that happen? So the first option is white light traveled a long distance. The second option is optical phenomena, light interacted with the ice crystals in the air. The third is it only happens when the clouds are there, and fourth is none of the above. Okay. Now, if you have been reading the newspaper regularly, many people would have found about a particular picture where the sun with a halo around it, and there was no rain. Okay, there was no clouds, nothing, and it was not even winter, and this happened during the summertime. So many people thought this is because of rainfall, but there was no rain. Okay, it was clear skies. So how did that happen? The answer is, it is an optical phenomena, and the light interacted with ice crystals in the air. Remember, it is summertime. In spite of that, there were ice crystals in the air. So it is a kind of a rare phenomena. And this particular photo was famous in social media and even the newspapers. Sometimes in competitive exams, you even get questions from the photos in the newspaper. So they will definitely ask you about this rainbow colored halo. So as I told you, it is an optical phenomena, and it recently happened in many cities. Now, it is not like recently happened in many cities. Many cities got the chance to view it. The next question is, who is Antoni Fosse? This is a very famous name in social media and even in the news. So the options are founder of Covaxin, 2. WHO regional head, 3. chief medical advisor to the US president, and 4. Israel's president. Now the answer is 3. chief medical advisor to the US president. Now, this particular person is not an administrator. Okay, remember, he is actually a scientist, and this scientist is involved in the field of immunology. Immunology is about your immune system. Okay, it is about your body's protective system, and he has contributed a lot in HIV and AIDS research and project. Okay, so he is a guy who comes often in the news and the social media, and he speaks about COVID, the corona, and the vaccines. So that is why you hear this name so often in the news. Now the next question is a very standard and a traditional type of question for your exams. Who's the director of CBI? Is it 1 Subodh Kumar Jaiswal, 2 Rosama Anil, 3 Kateri IAS, or 4 Ravi Kapoor? Okay, so the answer is Subodh Kumar Jaiswal, sir. He is the current director of CBI. Now, this CBI director question is often asked in many competitive exams, so you cannot afford to go wrong. And so many times they used to ask who's the first CBI director. It is O.P. Kohli. Okay. Now, the next question is Dome of Rock. The Dome of Rock is located in 1 India, 2 Bangladesh, 3 Japan, 4 Jerusalem. The answer is 4 Jerusalem. And this Dome of Rock has recently came up in the news because of the Israel-Palestine issue. Everyone knows about this Israel-Palestine issue. And in the newspaper, there was a photograph of this Dome of Rock. Okay, so you can sure shot questions will come from this Dome of Rock. Now the seventh question is, which country intercepted an airplane mid-air and forced it to land to arrest a journalist? Is it 1 South Korea, 2 Belarus, or 3 Russia, or 4 China? Okay, the answer is Belarus. Everyone knows this. A very famous incident, and an incident which surprised the entire world. So we all know that it is a Ryanair flight. It was hijacked by Belarus. Now, why did they hijack? To arrest a journalist, and this hijack was not by a terrorist or some common man or something. It is actually by a military aircraft from Belarus. Okay, which surprisingly took the flight by surprise, and they forced the flight to land in Belarus to arrest a particular journalist. So they will definitely ask you many questions regarding this Ryanair flight incident. Okay. Now the eighth question is, in which case Supreme Court ordered that right to privacy is a fundamental right? K.S. Puttasamy case, 2 Karak Singh case, 3 Shankari Prasad case, or 4 Kesav Nanda Bharati case? It is K.S. Puttasamy case. The answer is a very famous case for right to privacy. Many candidates cannot afford to forget this particular case. Now, why this particular question regarding right to privacy has come up recently in news is the new rules by Indian government to social media. Okay, so the social media has to say who created the message. Okay, who was the first creator of the message. So remember, social media like WhatsApp and Facebook have said that we have right to privacy. We cannot tell you like who created the message, who posted the content. So, but the Indian government now is saying that is asking WhatsApp and Facebook to share their data, the entire data, who created the message and who sent it and everything. The ninth question is very important for candidates who are aspiring for the bank exams. Who appoints the MD of banks in India? Is it 1 BBB, 2 RBI, or 3 Parliament, or 4 none of the above? The answer is BBB. Now remember, BBB is an autonomous body. Many people think it is controlled by the government of India, but it is an autonomous body. A very important point, and it was founded in 2016. Okay, 2016. This particular BBB. Now BBB is nothing. It stands for Bank Bureau Body. Okay, So this is the body which appoints the MD of banks in India. Now the 10th question is, which country has announced the Pfizer vaccine for kids aged around 12 years? 1 USA, 2 Israel, 3 Canada, 4 South Korea. The answer is Canada. Now this is important because many people are speaking about the third wave of Corona-19. Okay, it is COVID-19, and they are saying that this third wave will target kids. So they will definitely ask you about the vaccine for kids, how kids can be protected against Corona, and the medicines which can be used for them. Thank you, aspirants. And if you like this video, please do share this video with your friends. And all the best for your exams.